What's going on YouTube? It's the BowTie Fragrance Guy. Fashion and fragrance, grooming, lifestyle. We get into it on this channel, man. Follow your boy. If you mess with me, if you rock with me, I'm gonna have you looking good and smelling amazing. So if you're into that, make sure you hit subscribe, man. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting the bell icon as well. So that way, anytime a new video gets uploaded, you'll get notified. On today's video, guys, I want to talk about, in my opinion, the 10 best clones of all time. Which fragrance company got it right? Which company got it right the most? We'll say it that way. Sometimes you can smell a fragrance that is said to be a clone and they only get it sometimes 60, 70, maybe 80% close to the original. But on this video today, I'm going to be talking about some of the most popular fragrances that have been cloned, and I'm going to talk about the fragrance, in my opinion, that got it 90 to 95% correct. So you don't want to miss out on this, and I will make sure that I link all of these down below if they are available, so you can check them out. Smell like the best, but save some money. Sound like a win-win situation. So I'm going to go ahead and run the intro, and when we come back, we'll get into it. 10 of the best clones of all time. Which company's got it right? We're about to find out. So if you want to hear my thoughts, you know the routine. Keep it locked right here.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we are back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump right into this video. Like I said, I'll make sure I try my best to link these down below where if you want to check these out, you'll be able to do so. All right, guys, the first fragrance up that I want to talk about today, this fragrance comes from the brand of Lattafa. Now, Lattafa is a brand that, just like the rest of the fragrances brands on this list, is known for, of course, doing their interpretation of fragrances. And this one, they got it right. I'm talking about this fragrance. This is called Oud for Glory, and it is a clone of Initial Parfums Oud for Greatness. All right? Like I said, guys, all the fragrances on this video today I'm talking about, in my opinion, they got it in that 90 to 95 percentile ratio of getting it right to the original. And like I like to make sure a point to talk about this as well with this fragrance, they even looked at, you know, the bottle presentation and got it really close to the original as far as the color scheme and kind of the shape of the bottle and the whole nine. I'll make sure I try to have the original fragrance, the picture of the original here, so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about when I make these references. But Oud for Glory, Oud for Greatness, they've been, like I said, made the name very similar in this case, but it gives you a lot of what the original gave you. You know, that kind of leathery touch from saffron is here. You have the spiciness of nutmeg in this as well. The patchouli when it dries down. Again, everything that really made Oud for Greatness what it was is in Oud for Glory. And again, the thing is, with clones, you're going to pay a fraction of the cost. So if you're looking for a great alternative, a great clone to Oud for Greatness from Initial Parfums, check this one out. It's called Oud for Glory from the brand of Lattafa. All right, guys, up next is a clone of one of, honestly, one of my top 10 fragrances in my entire collection. I'm talking about the fragrance, say it with me, Oud Wood is Oud good. Yep, Oud Wood from the brand of Tom Ford. And this clone was done by Mason Alhambra, and this is called Woody Oud. Woody Oud, here's the bottle. Once again, one of those clones that even went after the bottle presentation, right? Again, name again, Woody Oud, Oud Wood. So again, there's that play on words there with the original name of the fragrance. And again, 90 to 95 percentile definitely fall into that range as far as the overall smell. Now, I will say this again, guys, if you have the original, or some of you have the original of these fragrances, me personally, I can tell a difference once they start to dry down. 9 times out of 10, the original performs better. And again, not everybody that you come into contact with, as a matter of fact, most people that you come into contact with will not be able to tell the difference, especially within that first 2 hours with a lot of these. Probably they wouldn't be able to tell the difference at all. They probably even know what Oud Wood is. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic of conversation for another day. I can kind of tell the difference when they start to dry down. That's where they start to separate from the original. But anyway, at least in that opening and the whole 95% very similar. The bottle is similar. The scent profile is very, very similar. This fragrance is really known, of course, for that kind of peppery essence it has. There's some Sichuan pepper. There's some tonka bean on the dry down. Of course, there's some oud. Not an overly heavily presence of oud, which they got that right with this fragrance as well. And like I said, that cardamom note is really, really, I think the thing that really makes this fragrance what it is, in my humble opinion. It's kind of the engine of Oud Wood. But anyway, definitely got it right with this one right here. So if you're looking for a great alternative to Oud Wood from Tom Ford, check out Woody Oud from Maison Alhambra. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list, like I said, most of the time when a fragrance is cloned, they go after a super popular fragrance. So that, I guess that kind of goes without saying with a lot of these. But this is probably one of the most popular fragrances in the world, designer or niche alike. And I'm talking about the fragrance Baccarat Rouge 540 from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. And the clone that got it right was from the brand of Armaf. This is Club de Nuit Untold. Club de Nuit Untold. Check out the bottle. Now here they didn't do much in reference to the bottle, although there are red hues, especially with the EDP concentration of Baccarat. It kind of has this psychedelic look to the bottle, of course, but parts of it do kind of give off a red presence. So, but bottle name not as much as the previous fragrances I talked about, but fragrance itself, they nailed it. They nailed it. You know, guys, what Baccarat Rouge is all about. You know, of course, the saffron and ambergris with this fragrance. You know, the Hedion in here as well, the jasmine. They captured it. They captured it. So again, if you're talking about a fragrance like this, again, that has so many interpretations and clones, I think this one got it right. It's the closest to it in my humble opinion. So check it out. Like I said, I'll link these down below from the brand of Armaf, Club de Nuit Untold. All right, guys, the next fragrance that I want to talk about, a clone of, is from the brand of Parfums, and I'm talking about the fragrance Elysium. This fragrance was done by, I think it was fragrance? Paris Corner. Paris Corner. They have this collection called the Allure collection. Some amazing clones in that entire collection. I love this one because I love this fragrance. I'm talking about the fragrance Elysium, and this fragrance is called Trillium. Trillium. Here's the bottle. One where, of course, again, they went after definitely the look of the bottle of the original Elysium. Bottle presentation, very, 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 similar. If you were to see this bottle, you'd probably think just like a Oud Parfums fragrance. This fragrance probably cost, $200-300, which I think the original Elysium retails for $295. But of course, a fraction of the cost. You can find this for about $50, and they, again, in my opinion, got it right as it pertains to capturing the essence of what that DNA is. Now, performance is nowhere near as good as the original with this one, but they captured, man, the leathery nuances, the vanilla on the dry down, the beautiful, citrusy opening, those citruses, that bergamot, that grapefruit, the juniper. They got it, at least for the first hour and a half, they got it. But, compared to the other ones that I've smelled, this is my favorite from the bottle to the way that they actually did the scent profile. So from the brand of Paris Corner, the Allure collection, if you're looking for a good Elysium clone, check out Trillium. All right, guys, the next fragrance. This particular fragrance clones one of my favorite fall winter fragrances of all time. Another one from the brand of Tom Ford, talking about Tobacco Vanille. Another one, this fragrance as well, is another one from the Paris Corner line of fragrances, and this one is called Charuto Tobacco Vanille. Cool bottle. Same hue as far as the color of the bottle as Tobacco Vanille, but not much as far as the overall bottle presentation as it pertains to trying to actually, copy that bottle. But the fragrance itself, man, again, a very good replica of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. And we know what Tobacco Vanille is all about. Of course, the beautiful vanilla tobacco combination with the spices. And you get that here, man. You definitely get that here. You know, I haven't run across as many fragrances that have tried to, you know, kind of mimic that DNA, but they got it right with this one. And I would definitely have to include it on this list because it's one of my favorites when it comes to the cooler temperatures. So check this one out. If you're looking for a great alternative to Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, check out Charuto Tobacco. All right, guys, the next clone comes from the brand of Armaf as well. They decided to clone one of my favorites from the brand of Parfums de Marly. I'm talking about Pegasus. And this fragrance is called Craze. This fragrance is called Craze from Armaf. And to me, you know, Pegasus was all about that almond vanilla. The almond vanilla and the floral notes. And like I said, you guys know the theme of this list. They did a great job, especially of catching that essence of that, you know, almond vanilla combination. Absolutely love this stuff. I remember one time I sold this and I got it right back in my collection because I really missed it, man. So if you're looking for a great alternative to Pegasus from the brand of Parfums de Marly, check this one out. From Armaf, again, this is called Craze. All right, guys, these last four are really special because we're talking about 4 additional fragrances that are kind of in my personal Mount Rushmore of fragrances. And we're going to talk about a fragrance that I talk about all the time on this channel. It retails for about that $300 price point, maybe $330, from the brand of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. We're talking about Oud Satin Mood. And this fragrance is from the Ministry of Oud, and it's called Oud Satin. Oud Satin. Man, did they ever capture the essence of one of my favorite fragrances? That rose in here, man, and of course in the original is really what it's all about for me. I love rose fragrances. And I was so happy when I found a brand that, you know, copied that DNA. So again, definitely a fraction of the cost from the original. If you're looking to save some money and you like the Oud Satin Mood DNA, you're gonna love Oud Satin. What I really like about this one as well is it actually performs really well. So talk about some of the fragrances on this list. This is one of the better performing fragrances. And honestly, for me, one of the, all of them are close, but this is really, really close to the original Oud Satin Mood, even down to the color of the juice, man. Great job at capturing the essence of one of my favorite fragrances. So if you're looking for a great alternative to Oud Satin Mood from MFK, check out Oud Satin from Ministry of Oud. All right, guys, the next fragrance we want to talk about, probably one of the most popular fragrance releases over the last, 6 years or so. And I'm talking about from the brand of by Kilian, Angel Share. Now, there's a lot of talk about fragrance clones and what comes closest, because in my humble opinion, there have been quite a bit of fragrance brands that have given their interpretation of DNA, but in my opinion, this is the best. From the Amir collection, this is called Fire Your Desire. Fire Your Desire. Oh my gosh, man. There's a couple other ones that's pretty good. Like I said, guys, I forgot to never. Comra from Lattafa is not a Kilian Angel Share clone. I don't know why people say that, but the bottle is similar, but the fragrance is not Kilian's Angel Share. This is Kilian's Angel Share. And what Kilian's Angel Share is all about, of course, one of the best gourmand fragrances ever. And every time I put my nose to it, that, sandalwood, the tonka, the vanilla, all those things, the cognac, that booziness. But what I love about it is that oak wood note. That oak wood note is really what makes it what it is. And they were able to really do a good job of capturing, like I said, the essence of what that fragrance is in this bottle. And by a nod, to me, this one did it the best. So to me, the best Angel Share clone on the market is this one from the Amir collection, and it's called Fire Your Desire. All right, guys, this next fragrance is one that's near and dear to my heart because the original is now discontinued. And I'm talking about Feve Delicieuse from the La Collection Privé collection of Christian Dior. And I told you guys about this fragrance, and man, listen, man, they did a good job. Feve Delicieuse is all about. They got it with this fragrance. Again, the Amir collection, this is called Frenetic Delicieuse. Another one where they did a good job of kind of even the color of the juice, the bottle, and the whole nine. The name of the fragrance is what it is. And guys, this smells so close to the original Feve Delicieuse from Christian Dior. Love this fragrance, man. You talk about a gourmand lover's dream. This is what it is. The original, of course, Feve Delicieuse, and this, of course, because it's so close to the original. Man, tonka bean, praline, vanilla, cherry, it's all here, guys. So I know that fragrance is discontinued and now they are charging an arm and a leg for it, but it's a great alternative, man. From the Amir collection. I told you guys about this before and I'll tell you again. Looking for an alternative, check out Feve Delicieuse. And last but not least, the fragrance that needs no introduction. It cloned the most popular fragrance of our era. Right, created in 2010, of course, the king of fragrances, Aventus. There's a lot of clones out there. There's a lot of inspired fragrances out there. This, to me, is still the best. Armand Club de Nuit Intense, man. Club de Nuit Intense, man. And guys, there are differences in, I don't even want to call them batches, but this fragrance, this particular bottle, I got this one probably back in 2018. And I have bottles that are newer. This one doesn't have the writing on the side. You know, and if you can find yourself a bottle of this, man, boy, it smells so good, and it smells closer to that 17 N01 batch of Aventus that I have. It gives you, that same kind of, the essence of what that was, because I've kind of talked about how the newer, batches that I've smelled is not quite what that was. This puts me more in the mindset, that more reminiscent of that older batch of Aventus and just how good it was. All those things that people love about Aventus, the smoky burst, the apple, the pineapple, and all that kind of stuff, the musk. I got that with this. And honestly, I really get that with this. And this performs really well. That's one of the biggest differences to me with some of the newer, I'll go ahead and say it, batches of this, is that they don't perform as well, man. They don't perform as well. So this one was really good on performance in the whole 9. So if you're looking for, in my opinion, the best Aventus inspirational clone, is still this one, especially these older bottles of Club de Nuit Intense, man, from Armand. Get you some. But that is it, guys. That is my time. I hope you enjoyed this video today. As always, I sincerely appreciate your time, and I appreciate your interest in these videos. As always, I know you don't have to watch what you do, and I appreciate that. So make sure you don't forget to share it, like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I will catch you on the flip side.